but we did have, and this is me being crazy. This is me being a nerd. At the end of the last Spider-Man movie where he moves into the apartment, you hear someone in the background calling for Miles. And now you have in this new movie, the actress, who voiced Miles' mom in the animated version is in this new live action version.
But Sony said...
I know what Sony says. Sony says things, though. Sony could talk. You know what else talks? Money.
Money.
Money talks.
Money talks.
Money talks.
Money talks.
Not enough, apparently.
Not enough. Oh, yeah. Welcome back to another... All right, enough. Welcome back to another episode of Convos with Your Life's Favorite. It is I am he, I am him, I'm your mom's favorite injured, but back with another episode for you, the people. And as you can hear, as you can probably tell, I've got one of the MMV crew, friend of the show, back. My good sister Carmen is back in the building. Oh, we can put that back up. Applause.
It's a lot of applause.
Of applause.
That's a lot.
You're worth it.
Oh, thank you.
You're worth it.
So sweet.
Carmen, how are you?
I have a lot of thoughts.
You have a lot of thoughts?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get into them because at the time of this recording, we have just come from a screening, words are hard, of Spider-Man Brand New Day.
The day before.
Yeah. As evident by, popcorn buckets and cups, we have just come from Brand New Day.
Yeah.
So we have thoughts and we came to give them to you hot off the presses. Let's start off with, do not watch this video. Do not go any further in your viewing or listening experience until you yourself have seen the movie.
But you know what? All right, wait. Before we say that.
Okay.
I don't know if I would call it required viewing before you watch Brand New Day, but I feel like there are some movies that if you watch them, it makes Brand New Day a little bit better, or like you catch more, you're able to like understand more.
And those movies are?
Original X-Men trilogy.
Yes.
I feel like there were so many little things. I feel like, obviously it's earlier Spider-Man movies. I think the original X-Men trilogy, Miss Marvel, and Wonder Man. I feel like if you watch those, then when certain like titles and things and whatever scenes come up, more quickly you're able to realize things are not as they seem.
Right.
Because the moment you see a certain 4 letters, I don't want to say it this early.
Right.
I mean, as soon as I saw those 4 letters and I saw those people, I knew already, like, we're not listening to this guy.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
So
before we get into the nitty gritty and the spoilers, overall, do you want to go first or you want me to go first on
I'll go first.
How you felt about the movie as a whole before we get into
first.
Why? Okay.
I don't... There was a lot that they had to live up to as far as like the movies that came before and the trilogy, the original like Spider-Man 3 movies that came out before this one. And obviously a lot of hype around it. And there's a big portion of it that is audience and fan created that hyped it up more.
Yeah.
That wasn't necessarily on their end. But there were certain things that they kind of alluded to and hyped up, and it wasn't there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like at face value, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
No.
I think that there was just so much hype. And I think it was a good movie. Was it an amazing Spider-Man movie?
Shout out Andrew Garfield.
Shout out Andrew Garfield. Sure, it was amazing, but I don't know. There were a lot of things that people were kind of like, oh, wait till you see this, or you're going to be sad when this happens or whatever. And I wasn't sad. Were you sad?
No. And nobody told me that I was going to be sad, but I think
Zendaya said it like multiple times. She was like, there's like 4, she said it, there's like 4 scenes where you're going to cry. They're so sad. And I was waiting. I had the extra napkins. I thought like I was going to cry. The only thing I could think of, can we get spoilers already? The only thing I could think of is maybe like Sadie sitting on that bed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but even that wasn't really earth-shatteringly sad.
I think that maybe they're talking about that. Maybe they're talking about MJ saying, I don't love you. I can't imagine what the 4 scenes would be.
I don't know. And maybe I kind of want to ask now, but
what do you think they would be?
I think that's one of the scenes we're supposed to cry when she tells Peter, I don't love you. But fam, she has amnesia. Like,
Not
it's
even,
essentially she's got amnesia, right?
It's
like it's
someone
more of
that
a
she doesn't know
permanent,
saying,
yeah,
hey, and her not being mean about it. She's just like, I don't know you.
Yeah,
okay, so that's one. I guess she thought it would be sad.
We were supposed to cry with Sadie Sink, and just feel for her, and like that whole her.
Did they mean the one on the bed and the one at the park? Like both of those supposed to be 2 separate sad parts?
I don't think so. I think mostly just her sitting on the bed with Aunt May.
Peter. Okay, so maybe that's 3, and then maybe the 4th one is when Peter's like swinging in the rain. That was not intentional. But when he's swinging in the rain, he's crying and he's depressed.
Yeah, and he's all depressed. I think that was my favorite.
Maybe that's the 4 parts, though.
Maybe.
What else is on?
Nothing else was really sad.
Anyway, what did you think of it?
I agree with you. I will say I will take the blame on this because based off that first trailer, which is the only trailer I've seen, the very first trailer.
I can't even remember what the trailer was.
I overhyped. Like, my anticipations were really high for this film. I was expecting a lot. I thought that they were going to do a lot of the more interesting stories in the comic books. A lot of
fan-created hype.
And because I didn't get any of that, I feel let down.
Recently, like within the past week or two, people have been emphasizing online, like a lot of these YouTubers were emphasizing how they're doing they're making this big thing about how they're recreating a lot of the covers.
Yeah.
And I thought for sure that was going to be, and even I think I said when they did the Marvel intro, and it started off as all Tom Holland, and then it started like Zendaya and Aunt May or whatever. I was like, this is reading R.I.P. Like they're about to kill him off.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, I was like, oh, maybe they're doing all of these comic covers to end his time as Peter. I think there were a lot of things that kind of built up that there was going to be this big thing, and it just wasn't.
It just wasn't there. There was a lot. Yeah, there was a lot of.
If it wasn't there, the movie would be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think if I had tempered some of my expectations on this film, I think I wouldn't have been as disappointed as I was. Because again, I got excited back when the trailer first dropped. I recorded that episode with my nephew. I was excited because the trailer told me that Peter was getting his organic webbing, which I was excited for, and that like his powers were changing. Because his powers were changing, Peter getting organic webbing made me think that we were going to get Man Spider. Seeing Punisher in the movie made me think that we were going to get the fight that we got in the animated series of the Punisher fighting the Man Spider.
Seeing Zendaya wearing a lot of black, I thought that either somebody was going to die or she was hinting towards Venom.
That would have even been interesting.
Even when his eyes turned black the first time?
Yeah. I thought we were getting a Man Spider. I was happy. I was like,
I thought we were going to get something.
I thought we were getting a 6-arm Spider-Man with claws for feet. Like, I was just expecting a lot more. Like, and don't even get me wrong. I don't love, we've already said spoiler alert, I don't particularly love that Jean Grey was the villain of the film.
Nah, here we go. Here we go, because I got thoughts. About that.
I don't love it.
She was not the villain. I'm getting flashbacks to last year, this whole conversation with Wanda, and I think I even mentioned Jean.
You did.
In that episode.
Crazy enough, right before that clip I played at the beginning.
I'm talking about Jean?
Yeah.
She's not the villain. I think I think it was this kind of like fake out, but she's not the villain.
Yeah, but cool. I don't like that they even tried to fake us out with it.
But did they even?
Yes.
I'm hella biased, by the way.
Like, yes.
I am the same boat as like
they very clearly
her
wanted you to
and
believe.
Wanda.
Because even in the beginning, right, with her wearing like this mysterious cloak and hood, they tried to make it seem like Spider-Man was about to fight some seriously evil big bad.
Do you think in Civil War Wanda's a villain?
No.
That's Civil War, right? No, that's before. No, what is that? Winter Soldier? No. What's the one when we first meet Wanda? That's not Civil War.
Oh, Age of Ultron.
Age of Ultron. Is she a villain in Age of Ultron?
No. She was misguided in Age of Ultron.
But that's still like the same kind of setup. The parallels between both like the classic story of each of those characters throughout the comics and whatever else, and then in this actual MCU with Elizabeth Olsen and Sadie Sink, their storylines and the way they're introduced are so mirrored.
Yeah, but she's like, Wanda was a problem. She wasn't the problem.
She wasn't. Sadie wasn't the problem. Jean wasn't the problem.
For a majority of that movie, she was the problem.
No, DODC. They were the problem. They have consistently been the problem. They are the problem. They are the villain right now of MCU. Doom hasn't been introduced yet. We haven't had Doomsday yet. But for the past few projects, consistently, it's them. They are the problem. That's why immediately, as soon as we first see, I think before we even see Sadie in the movie, before he even gets to, or I don't even know what the order was, but like when the first scene with the tank, I don't know if I think we figure out before they get to the actual building or facility or whatever, that it's the DODC. As soon as I saw it, or as soon as they heard it, like they said it out loud or whatever, immediately I'm like, they're about to be the problem again. They're the villain again, because they did the same exact, they were the villain in Miss Marvel. They were the villain in Wonder Man. They're the villain again. That's been like, for all of these new characters, they've consistently been the villain. That's why I'm saying that I feel like if you watch Miss Marvel and if you watch Wonder Man, immediately you're able to recognize it's not Jean, it's not Sadie. It's them. I was almost waiting for that other guy to come out, the one that was in Miss Marvel and Wonder Man, the head guy.
You're right, and I get that, like,
because
I get
they're
that
the villain.
I get that, but as you as a person, yes, you're able to tell that she's not the villain, but that's not what the movie is telling you. The movie, you are able to see through that from the beginning based off of all that you have watched.
That's what the MCU is. The MCU is this long form storytelling. We're already arguing.
You're right. It is
this long form storytelling. But that's a
problem in the current MCU. Like,
which they already said they're going to rectify in future movies. But until they rectify it, you could have these little storylines. The storyline here is not Jean and what she's doing. The storyline here, truly at its core, is people are being controlled and kind of what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but like used in a sense.
Yeah.
And trying to find a community. That's the lead up to introduce Jean. The storyline here is not Jean and Sarah. That's not the storyline.
And I think that is also a bigger problem, because it sucks.
What?
That story. I'm not here for that.
It's Wanda and her family. It's Jean and her family. They are the same.
That's cool. I'm not here for Jean and her family. The movie's not called Jean and her family, is it?
But no. It's the same thing with Peter. It's Peter and his family.
Cool. Then make it about Peter and his family.
They do this in everything, though. So when we're talking about Age of Ultron or any of these other their movies where we have these characters come in, the story is Peter. The story is Peter, DODC. Subplot is Jean.
But that's not how the movie masks it. Again, this is how you're seeing it because you're watching everything. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, because the everyday person who didn't watch Miss Marvel, who didn't watch Wonder Man, they're going to go into this.
That's not for you then.
Yes, it is.
That's like going into Game of Thrones. That's like going into Game of Thrones, not House of Dragon.
Okay.
That's like going into Game of Thrones, coming in the last season and being like, how come I don't understand any of this stuff? Why does this not make sense? I thought, yes, it is, because it's one big story. It's a one big story arc with all these different characters and all these different things.
You're 100% correct, but this movie doesn't stand alone. You don't need to watch all of that to understand and enjoy this film.
In both senses, it works.
You get a deeper understanding of this film, sure.
It works.
You get a deeper understanding.
You wanted, in order for you to jump onto my point, you wanted in the trailer for them to showcase that DODC is the villain.
No, I don't care who the villain was.
You don't want Jean in the movie.
I don't want her in the movie.
Him finding new family, brand new day. Brand new day.
The brand new day is the fact that his powers are changing.
No, fam.
That's what the trailer is giving me.
It's multi-level. There's a lot of things going on. That's not the only thing.
This is the problem that I'm having.
This is our car ride home usually, but we didn't get to have that.
Talk about it in the car.
Because I was like, oh, do you want to talk it out?
No.
As we were walking out the theater, he was like, no. And in the car ride home, I'm all like frustrated and I'm working through all this stuff. This is normally what our car rides are. And we didn't get to do that.
I don't want it. Like,
that's insane.
It's not insane.
Okay, so Age of Ultron.
If we go back and watch the trailer, right?
Age of Ultron, you don't want Wanda in it.
No, Wanda's fine because again, Wanda's a subplot. Ultron's the plot.
When we're watching Agatha all along, you don't want her son in it?
No, because again, still subplot. The story is overarching.
She's a subplot.
No.
Yeah. We're going to go in circles.
Probably.
Anyway, let's move on for that because we're never going to agree.
Fair.
I'm going to stand firm on the point that DODC is the villain.
Sure. And I'm not
and
saying...
Wanda,
I'm not
and
saying...
and Wanda. And Jean has her place in this story and in this movie.
I'm not saying that...
She has her place in this story and in this movie.
I'm not even saying that.
You just said you don't want her in a movie.
I don't. I didn't say that she didn't have a place in it. But me as a fan, I've come to see a Spider-Man movie. I'm still waiting for an X-Men film. I don't want her here yet.
This is the same. No,
I'm tired of them slow walking the X-Men back into the MCU.
You got to give backstory. If you're setting up, all right. When you are starting off Marvel with like the characters, the original Avengers that we know, there were a lot of characters you did not need to give origin stories and backstories for because the way that was is that you already have a general understanding of these characters and how they got in their powers. Spider-Man, Hulk, Fantastic Four. There was another one I was just thinking of.
And because there's been 5,000 movies.
Yes. Hold on, but there was another one that I was thinking of that you don't get their origin and you just kind of like pop in and they already have it. Anyway, whatever it is, that's the thing for them, right? In those original movies, you don't need the intro. We never see Peter Parker, Tom Holland get powers and Hulk and whatever else. If you're setting up down the line, because they've already said it, that they are going to streamline and rectify this multiverse, to get rid of this multiverse storyline and just make it, they said they're going to make it simple so that after Secret Wars, there is no required timeline or a timeline where you need to watch this show in order to understand this movie. You need to do this. They're getting rid of that. Kevin Feige has said we're getting rid of that. Okay, you're getting rid of that, so you need to get rid of all the old storylines, but you still need to show the connection onto how you get there. How do you get there to a point where X-Men is going to be the new thing post Secret Wars? You need to give these little things leading up to it, which is why you have at the end of Miss Marvel, the last episode, for like a minute, not even a minute, a couple seconds, they play the X-Men 97 theme song. And you put out X-Men 97, the reboot of the cartoon show. Not a reboot, but continuation. You have Beast at the end of the Marvels. And now you have this Jean Grey. And making it a point that you have this Sadie Sink Jean Grey, and obviously you're getting rid of all of the other original X-Men's in Doomsday or Secret War. They're dying. They're not making it out. So you have these little things where you need to kind of already build this backstory. We're no longer doing this guesswork for the younger audiences. How did these superheroes get to be? Or what is their backstory? You're building it now. So when you get post Secret Wars, the new people can come in. The people who are already here have that kind of thing that they can attach it to this current old version of MCU and move forward. That's what this is. This is number 3 or whatever of them showing this is the wave.
I hate it.
Well, that's what it is.
I hate it. Because Doomsday and Secret Wars gives you a perfect opportunity to reset the entire MCU, but Kevin Feige is too good to do that. So,
that's what he's doing.
No, he's not. He said he's not.
What do you mean by reset?
Completely reset. Start over.
But
like, you could say, fine, Secret Wars happens, right? And then, cool. Whatever you're going to have happen in Secret Wars, have it happen in Secret Wars. And then you start over, make sure everybody in Secret Wars dies. And then you start over with an X-Men movie, and you build from that.
That's what he's doing.
Not if everybody is still alive. Why are we still slow walking this?
They're dying. Those people, the original X-Men, they're gone.
Then Peter should have died.
I think he is gonna die.
Then I need Peter dead. I need Captain America dead.
That's why I think they keep on hinting this Miles thing.
I need Peter dead. I need Captain America dead. I need Thor dead.
Yes.
I need the new Avengers dead.
I think we've talked about this last time as well. That they're not gonna keep doing this forever, and the actors themselves are gonna get older. We talked about this when we talked about the Young Avengers, about them possibly that rumor for a while that they were gonna be starting off the Young Avengers, and I remember saying that they can't do the Young Avengers anymore, that storyline, unless they completely revamp it from the comics, because a lot of the new Avenger characters are older now. They introduced them too early, and they're older now. But these characters that you're talking about, they're dying off. I don't think any of them are making it post Secret Wars.
True. Then why do we need to build?
Because you need to end it. You need to end one storyline, but also kind of like
then don't
leaving
introduce
these
them
things
until everything's over.
Why?
Don't give me the X-Men until everything's over. If we're gonna build again.
But you need to, for the people that want, because a lot of people will say, especially with Endgame, would say, I remember a lot of people saying after Endgame that they were done, that they weren't watching Marvel anymore. And
that
MCU,
was probably the smartest decision they all
made. Because they were like, well, why am I going to keep going if Chris Evans is not in it, Robert Downey Jr. is not in it, whatever, right? All these different things. You're kind of done, right? Mm-hmm. But they still had, while they got rid of all of these main characters, they still had all of these other characters that were still in the movies. I think what they're doing now is you get rid of all of those main characters, and you have that little bit of attachment for the people who are still, I guess, people like me, maybe not you, but people like me that do still want to continue to watch Marvel no matter what, post it, and you want to have that kind of connection to this current old era and have it lead you and kind of have that connection to the new one. at the same time, where like you still feel kind of that sentimental value and you kind of feel that connection to what you will one day reminisce on, but now it's a new thing to kind of enjoy while still appreciating and having that send off for what once was. No?
No. No.
That's how I feel anyway.
No. And I get it. I hear what you're saying. But
you're going to keep watching.
I am completely. I am. That's not going to change.
Don't be a hater as you watch the new
I am
stuff.
if it sucks.
I got to find somebody else to go see these movies.
I am going to come, like, because this just...
I'm not watching all these movies with a hater.
I'm not going to hate on them. If they're good movies, they're good movies.
Yeah, but you're going to still be in this, like, thing of, oh, they did it too soon. Even if it's great, you might still find a reason to be like...
That's just who I am as a person. I'm going to do that with everything.
Yeah, but don't go into that with already being in that mindset.
They did it to themselves.
They haven't done anything yet.
Yes, they have. It started when they
don't
made everything
be such a
watching.
pessimist. I don't think it is.
No, when everything was required viewing, sure. If you change it now, great. Because I promise you, I'm going to start skipping stuff. That's where I'm headed.
I don't think a lot of the stuff is required viewing even now. Because again, I keep on referring to things we talked about last time, but there was a lot of shows and things leading up to all the stuff that I didn't watch. This is my first introduction to Frank. I've never seen anything of him being in.
But that's because until recently it wasn't connected.
Seeing anything with Daredevil or him seeing in Spider-Man, the original Daredevil shows and everything.
Well, again, and
even now, I still haven't seen any of it.
Those just became connected.
I don't think you have to see any of the stuff unless it's the Avenger movies. I think all of the other movies and shows you could probably get away with. And maybe that's why they had the Thunderbolts be the new Avengers. I mean, for a lot of reasons, but maybe as one of them. Because if you think of... I just had an example in my mind of... I think you can... For the most part, maybe not the first one, but the other ones. For the most part, most of Thor's movies, you don't have to watch.
It's not true.
I never saw Ragnarok. Just fine. I think if you get the baseline of Loki, who even though he shows up in the other movies anyway, and you could still get the sense of his character and everything, I don't think you need to. I think that some of the movies, yes, but I don't think you need to watch all of them. Like Captain America movies, yes, you need to watch them.
Not all of them.
Which ones?
Civil War.
What? You don't think you need to watch Civil War?
No, I said you don't need to watch all of them. I thought you meant just the ones I think you need to watch. You need to watch Civil War.
Oh, so the first one you said, yeah, you don't need to watch the first one. I mean... And
unless you care about how he became the Falcon.
Can I get into a little bit of a tangent?
Sure.
You don't need to watch the first Captain America movie. Even though they keep trying to shove Peggy Carter down our fucking throats. Yo, I can't. I saw a tweet that was like, I can feel the feminism leaving my body every time they mention her.
I was going to say, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to be,
Who's asking for her?
I don't want to be accused as being,
I'll say it. Who's
sexist?
Who's asking for Peggy Carter to consistently show up in these movies?
I just want to know how she's not dead.
What's her name?
Captain Carter?
Who cares?
I do, because I watched What If. And she was it in What If.
And aside from that last episode of the first season, it was okay. And then again, they lost me at the end of the first season of What If because they started introducing zombies. I don't care about zombies. But you keep on bringing Peggy Carter. You
so
keep
you
on
didn't watch
wanting
the
us.
Zombies TV show?
No.
How's about your girl? She was the main antagonist of that series.
Cool. I don't think that's required viewing.
Oh, it's not required viewing.
Yeah. So another thing that I'm saying, I didn't need to watch.
It's not required.
Don't want to watch. I don't need Peggy Carter. But again, so there are a lot of movies that you don't need to watch. And I think they know that. That is intentional in some capacity. Because again, you're catering to such a wide variety of an audience where you are going to have those people like me who we're watching Brand New Day and they have like all these little things on the bulletin board and all these, like, when they're showing the screens, I'm trying to look at all the little details that they're not even focusing on. I'm trying to pay, like, they had the people like me. You have people like that little kid that was sitting in the back of the theater today who has no clue what's going on. You have people who watch it occasionally. You're catering to all these different audiences. It's like when you're watching any TV show or even when you're reading a book and you're reading a book series, you are going to forget some things anyway, even if you did read all the books, if you did watch all the shows, if you did watch all the movies. You have to reintroduce it in some way anyway. You have to kind of explain it so people can pick up on context clues. A lot of it is not required. But I think that they know that people do kind of view it as required. And they've, again, they did not expect it to get as big as it has been, the MCU in general, and have all of these characters and go on for whatever many years, that they know they need to dial it back and make it less.
I agree.
That's what they're doing.
But I think they put themselves in that position.
They did, but I'm saying that he is restarting it in a way. And no, not in a way. He is restarting it.
Not enough for my liking. But it is.
This is X-Men.
It is what it is. I'm going to go see it when it comes out. I'm not going to not watch. I love the MCU. Nope. I love Marvel movies. I love Marvel characters.
This was a Marvel movie.
And I love Marvel heroes.
This was a Marvel movie.
So I'm not going to not go see them because I love them too much. But I'm not going to sit here and act like I've been thrilled leaving a film since I left Endgame.
I also think this is one of those, I think that for a lot of their content and their productions, there are moments where you kind of just got to take it as what it is. It's a movie. They're not pretending to be this great cinematic film that's going to win
It's not on
awards.
them anymore. They've gotten too big for them to just take
that approach
to it.
But they never were. And I even remember when I was in college, my professors talking about that, about superhero movies, comic movies. That's never been them to begin with. So I think even in those moments, these moments where we're like talking about the movie and critiquing it in a way, so you got to step back and be like, it is what it is. It's a movie. It's a comic movie. It's a superhero movie. This is not some like big drama that's going to win an Oscar.
But I'm not going to sit here and act like,
I don't think they're trying to do that.
Yeah, but I'm not going to sit here and act like there aren't comic book movies that should have gotten at least nominated for.
Yes, of course they should. But that's not what they're being made for necessarily. There are movies that are being made for that. Like, that is like, aside from, I think, the Eternals. I think they were trying. I think that's what I was trying to say about the Eternals last time.
What?
That level of storytelling and getting Chloe Zhao, the director, and having these actors in it, these big actors in it, and the quote-unquote seriousness of the movie plot or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think they were trying to go for some nominations of things. think it's the one case where they were.
I'm not surprised they failed though, but
They didn't fail. People were just, let me be nice.
I meant they failed in the sense that they didn't get the nominations they were hoping for.
Yeah, but people don't, let me be nice.
I mean, you can try. People are stupid, and I'm not.
I didn't say it.
Afraid. I did.
I didn't say it.
People are stupid. People who think that Eternals was a bad movie are stupid.
They're wrong.
And they're wrong. Like, you're wrong and you're stupid. I said it. But back to Spider-Man. Brand new day. The day was new. It was brand.
They knew. You know what got me upset? Not upset, but I was just like, them being annoying, Kevin Feige being annoying, Destin being annoying, the director. Y'all are playing in our face about Miles consistently now, because that scene. First of all, revealing that. Oh my gosh, what's the actress name? The mom. The cop.
I know who you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, what's her name? I know it.
The bear.
Z. Last name was Z? First name was Z? What's her name?
Liza Colon Zayas.
Zayas, okay. You're playing in our face. When you have, first of all, when you have Donald Glover showing up, then you have her voice calling for Miles. Then you cast her in the movie. Then you're making her a cop like Miles' dad is a cop. Then you have 2 kids, granted. You have this curly head boy sitting next to her, and you don't even know my kid's name. He's like, yeah, I know your kid's name. It's Poppy. You're playing in our face because you know that we were waiting for you to be like, or to introduce in some way Miles. And the poster with the footprint, the sneaker print, you keep on teasing it. That made me upset early on. None of the other stuff really made me upset.
I get that. I wasn't upset about that. I'm just waiting for, for him to show up eventually.
Peter dies. Okay, so this is what I was going to say. Remember in the car and I asked you to pull up the cards?
Yeah.
Did you pull it up?
I mean, there's no way to get like an actual list.
But like, and don't mention the one that you said in the car, the one that got me upset. Don't mention that one. We can talk about that later. But the other times that they've done that, what do they say? What do the cards say?
It depends. Some of them say the character will return, and then some of them say specifically for Doomsday.
But what do they say? Give me like 2 or 3 examples.
We got the legendary Star-Lord will return.
Okay.
Right. And then that was one. And then we got the Fantastic Four will return and Avengers Doomsday.
Okay. Are there any others?
Yeah, there's a whole list, but they won't give it to me. Like, I could ask for a list, but they won't, Oh, there's the Eternals will return, the legendary Star-Lord will return.
Why'd you mention the Eternals?
It says Thor will return, Captain America will return, Kang will return.
Okay.
The New Avengers and Bob will return.
Because then I was thinking like, okay, obviously, yes. In this one, they say Spider-Man will return. They don't say in Doomsday, but they just say will return.
And then I've got Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Steve Rogers.
Yes.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, perfect. I'm glad you mentioned that before I made my point just now. Not Captain America.
No.
Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
Not Peter Parker will return.
Spider-Man will return.
Spider-Man will return.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's Peter Parker.
No. Because that could be how they throw Miles in it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four, because again, the post-credit scene, he's in deep space.
Do you think that that's Miles?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's Miles from a different universe.
The post-credit scene is the Spidey tracker from Ned. And it shows up first, and it has like the little icon of the Spider-Man's face of this, right? Mm-hmm. In New York.
Yeah.
And then it zooms out, and it shows in space.
Mm-hmm.
2 locations.
Yeah, because there's Spider-Man in New York.
Miles Morales coming from another universe?
Coming from another universe.
Are we just being like, are we reaching?
I mean, if we watch Into the Spider-Verse, the spider that bit him wasn't from his universe. He wasn't, because
again, they didn't say will return in Doomsday, but if we're saying in space, coming in space with Fantastic Four, with God, I hope not the Guardians of the Galaxy. I hope that's done.
You got against the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I'm good for it to be done.